Smurf Blood. The name kind of just came to me. And then as I was thinking about it, I was thinking Barney's Blood. But we stuck with Smurf. I like Smurfs better than I like Barney. Never really watched Barney. But your boy did watch the Smurfs. Anyway, so generally when I make a sauce or do anything like that, I've always just kind of done it very small batch like this. And just for a specific reason, honestly, I made this sauce just for the dinner I made last night. I was making grilled pork chops with some rice, some other stuff. But I wanted a fruit-based sauce. I wanted something, and I wanted blueberries for some reason. It just sounded really good. I've done watermelon with my pork. I've even done peaches. Pork just pairs really well with fruit. So originally I was going to make a compote. And it kind of came out that way a little bit too. All my sauces that I make like this end up being pretty thick. And I think that's just because I don't use a lot of vinegar and I don't use a lot of water. And so you get in just a nice thick richness. So again, the color came out beautifully on this. Really nice. So this is about all it made. And all I used last night on my pork chops was that much and a little bit left in a bowl. So I'll use it for something to be great with pancakes, waffles, lots of different things. Now I created it specifically for the pork. And so I added some ingredients to this particular sauce that I don't think I would do again in a blueberry sauce. One of them being garlic. I added garlic to this. But it worked out fine. It tasted phenomenal on the pork. It tastes phenomenal. I haven't tried it just off the spoon since I was blending it. But I cooked and reduced down the blueberries. I did about seven Fresno chilies. So originally my idea was a Fresno blueberry compote. And it kind of came out that way, but more of a sauce now. So anyways, blueberries, Fresnos. Then I added 4 habaneros and 2 serranos. Again, the serranos I would probably take out. I wanted an earthy note to it because it was going with the pork. And I seasoned the pork with just salt, pepper, and some parsley flakes. And that was it. Came out phenomenal. But I don't think I would add the garlic nor the serrano peppers next time. But I wanted to make sure, and I thought that the serranos would help with the depth of color on this to make it like a bloodish, blood, dark red, dark purple. The other ingredient that went into this that I don't know 100% if I liked it or not, and I'd probably do different next time, is I wanted to use white wine vinegar. I didn't have any. I thought I did. I wasn't going back to the store. I was done for the day yesterday. All I had was balsamic vinegar. So we added balsamic vinegar to this. And as I was blending it and creating the sauce, I was getting a lot of balsamic flavor. And it was throwing me off, and I wasn't liking it. So I ended up adding more sugar. So there's also brown sugar in this. I added more brown sugar toward the very end. And I don't know if that was enough to take that balsamic flavor down a notch, but it seemed to have worked. Again, I'm not an expert. I just dibble and dabble, man, and just start throwing shit together and tasting it as I go and making stuff. So it came out pretty good with that. I also added white onion. What else do we got in here? I think that's it. Balsamic vinegar, brown sugar, Fresnos, serranos, habaneros, blueberries, the garlic. I think that's it. Let's try a little bit. Again, I just made it last night. Again, you can see the color and little chunks still in there. Yeah. See, so originally I wanted more of a fruity, sweeter note. But then as I started making it and started thinking, I go, well, my pork is seasoned opposite that a little bit with the parsley. So I wanted something that was also savory. And I think I came up with something pretty good for that. As you can see, it's a nice dark purple. See, it's runny, but it's chunky as well, you know. And I might have added too much garlic, let's be honest. But I was like, yeah, you can never have too much garlic. Bop, bop. And it's a weird sauce. I'm just going to put it that way. It's very interesting. I've never tasted anything quite like it. A lot of fruit-based sauces are more on that fruity, sweet side. This is really garlicky. Well, not really. It's not not super garlicky, but it's a little bit more garlicky than what I originally wanted. But I had already put the garlic in the pot as I was simmering it and boiling it and cooking it. I didn't add any more after that, but let's try some here. Wow. It came out really good. It's almost like a preserve and a jam. You can get, can you see there? All the little waves and little bits and pieces, kind of. So it's almost like one of those jellies or jams that you get. And you can feel that on your taste buds, on your palate, the little granules, if you will. I'm a big texture guy. I like my sauce to have a little bit of texture to it. I don't like it to be super runny or super thin. So it's garlic, earthy and savory up front. And then on the back end of this sauce is where the sweetness and the blueberries hitting. Which, again, I didn't purposely do that. I don't really know how to do all that to make it. Like, I want the blueberry up front and I want the blah, blah, blah at the bottom. That's beyond my capabilities. I just throw shit together and that's how it came out. But I dig it. It's even better today than it was last night on my food. So I like that. That gives me a little bit of a, I was a little disappointed in it because I thought I made it too savory. It went well with the food last night, but it's even better today. It's even better today. It's a little hard to get out of the bottle sometimes. So it is a little thick, but I don't have any glass bottles just laying around. And see how it's not quite coming out now. You got to let it sit for a little bit. But now the other part of my dinner last night, I had the pork chop with no heat on it, no spice, just salt, pepper, and parsley. And then this sauce. And then I laid that on top of a bed of creamy, cheesy rice that I also added some white onion to and some fresh sliced serranos. And the rice was pretty spicy last night as I was eating it. And I don't know if I didn't use enough of this. I mean, I put a generous amount on my pork. But it seems hotter today than what I was tasting last night. I don't know. Because I have a nice little lip burn on the bottom and right on the roof of my mouth. Anyway, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the color. It's more of a jam though, almost than a sauce. It's so weird. I also think, guys, it's fucking good now. I would be phenomenal on a peanut butter and jelly and just use this. You could use this as a salad dressing as well. It'd be really nice and thick and creamy. Anyway, just wanted to share something with you guys. I'm really happy with it today. It's hotter than I remember it being yesterday. I'm glad I added the habaneros last minute. I wasn't going to do that. And then I said, you know what? I need it to be hotter than I thought it was going to be with just the Fresnos. I'm glad I added those habaneros. And then I added the serranos. I added 2 serranos toward the very end of the cooking process of it. And my original thought was because I wanted it to go earthy a little on the savory side. I wanted it to balance out with the onion and the garlic, as well as the balsamic. And so I'm happy I did that. And it also helped with the color of the sauce and made it quite a bit darker purple. It was originally just a little bit lighter. And I think that the balsamic helped with that. Because it's a dark vinegar as opposed to a clear. And it just so happened to be the same color as what the sauce was originally going to be. So I think it just worked out really well. I wasn't 100% happy with the balsamic at first, but I was like, I need a little liquidity to it. I need something to, to thin it out a little bit. And then the very last moment, I added some more brown sugar to it because I think I got it too savory. You know what I'm saying? So I added a little bit more brown sugar to it. Overall, I'm happy with it. Just thought I'd share with you guys. We'll see you next time.